you get to know the Tasmanian wilderness, the more you begin to respect it. Because you do realise that things can happen in a heartbeat, you know. A good experience can turn sour so quickly.
There are fears for a Belgian tourist missing in Tasmania who was last seen 11 days ago.
I was just waiting for news. Never I expected to be still looking for her after 2 years and a half.
Not knowing, I think, is the worst thing that a family could live.
On vient essayer de retrouver une amie qui est rentrée dans ce bois et qui n'en est jamais ressortie.
When people go missing, the community feels it. People here in Tasmania and all over the country want to do something to help.
We've got 27 volunteers here today from all over Tasmania and from interstate.
Donc c'est un petit peu la dernière chance, celle qui pourrait éventuellement nous permettre de pouvoir mettre un terme à ces questions sans réponse.
I know that this is a needle in a haystack.
You see that? Yeah, I can.
Come over.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, what's up? Come on, some words.
She's got to be up there somewhere, and it's just going to take the right person looking under the right log, and it's going to be solved.
So, you're not going to believe it. Someone call Ken. And everyone else kind of feeds away.
Ma sœur, je suis en road trip au milieu de la Tasmanie. J'ai pas toujours du réseau et je conduis et j'essaie de marcher.
Céline ne voulait pas rester vivre ici en Belgique. C'était trop morose pour elle, pas assez de soleil. Vraiment une bourlagueuse née. Elle a passé énormément de temps à l'étranger.
Je prends le ferry le 21 juin. Donc j'aurai le temps de te répondre un peu mieux.
Pour beaucoup de jeunes en Europe, l'Australie est un rêve. Moi, je pense que c'est parce que c'est pas possible d'aller plus loin à partir de l'Europe, sauf sur la Lune.
J'y reviendrai un jour, c'est sûr et certain, parce que je veux trop montrer ça à quelqu'un. C'est magnifique. Gros bisous.
Elle allait avoir 30 ans quand elle est partie pour l'Australie.
Ce qui est bien avec le climat en Australie, c'est qu'il est vraiment pas bipolaire du tout.
Celine arrived in Australia in June 2022. Going there by herself was definitely her biggest challenge. She had an adventurous mind, but was also not really self-confident and will be scared easily.
Donc, j'habite à Freshwater et ici nous arrivons à Manly et regarde-moi ça. Oh putain!
She stayed in Sydney for about 6 months, working as a waitress in a hotel.
Que j'aime ce trajet quotidien pour aller travailler. Pas d'embouteillage, pas de feu rouge, pas de voir gratter la glace sur ta voiture.
I could really feel that she felt really free and she was doing better and better and building a lot of self-confidence.
Le panorama en vaut vraiment la chandelle.
And then she did a road trip from Sydney to Tasmania.
Coles Bay, it's one of those places that when you arrive, you don't really want to leave because it's just a really beautiful way of life. I think Celine just fell in love with the area and the people. I worked with her full-time at the restaurant.
Well done!
She's a lot of fun, not afraid to laugh at herself. Not shy at all.
Loud, but good loud.
Yeah, she had this energy that people would just gravitate to her.
Cheers!
She really loved that place. So happy she felt in the nature with all those animals. Yeah, she was really excited about it. I met Celine when I was 1 year old, 1.5, at the kindergarten school. She's always been a bit off track, like she always being herself, I would say. We always shared that together, that we love travel. And we were meant to meet in Darwin. She had booked a ferry for the 21st of June to go back to the mainland. And she would travel the west coast in the meantime.
I'm too far away from you.
So we went to a festival down in Hobart. Her birthday was soon after that, on June 13th. So it was a way to celebrate her birthday and also a farewell, because she was then planning to continue on with her travels and exploring all the places out west.
She was excited to have her own car and go car camping and stuff. I think it made her feel very self-sufficient and proud of herself, I think.
J'ai tout quitté, mes amis, mon logement. Je vis dans ma voiture et je fais comme je peux avec le réseau. Je te jure, c'est galère. Mais je me démerde.
I knew we'd keep in touch, but I also knew that she was busy hiking and exploring. So I didn't really know when to expect to hear from her again.
Aujourd'hui, donc je vais me mettre en route parce qu'il fait tard. Il fait noir assez tôt. Je te réponds un peu mieux plus tard et je t'expliquerai un peu le début de mes aventures en road trip. Bisous ma biche.
I bought my flight tickets for Darwin on the 20th of June. So I was super excited to share the news with her that it was official now that I was going to meet her. But I didn't get through.
J'ai envoyé des messages et j'ai pas eu de réponse. Donc au bout de 3-4 jours, j'ai commencé à me tracasser. Donc j'ai essayé de l'appeler, ça ne répondait pas.
After 2 days, eventually I called our friends in Sydney because she hadn't connected to any social. And I asked him to call on her phone. He told me that she was left on a voicemail, but not to panic too much because Tasmania is wild, there's a lot of blank spots.
I received a message from Justine saying, hey, I'm looking for Celine, she's my friend, I haven't heard from her in a while. And I wasn't alarmed then, I just took a screenshot and sent it to Celine.
Justine m'a contactée en me disant je n'ai pas de réponse de Céline. Et donc voilà, assez rapidement, je me suis tracassée.
So I was like, okay, let's just call the police. Better for nothing than for a reason.
Initially, it's someone's out traveling. I didn't really think it was that big of a deal. And then, yeah.
J'avais déjà une très mauvaise impression et je pensais que voilà, c'était quand même qu'il y avait quelque chose de très très grave qui s'était passé.
When people are backpacking from other countries, it's probably normal to have a bit of a gap in communications. We understood that she spoke to her mum on the 16th of June, and it wasn't until the 26th of June friends of Celine reported her missing.
Ma première réaction, ça a été le déni. Il faut un temps pour que l'esprit se rende compte que l'information est réelle.
Phone data said that she'd visited Waratah on the 17th of June.
Waratah is a small town on the western fringes of Tasmania. It's really the kind of first town you get to where you're exploring the west coast or like the wild west.
We have a population of about 230 odd. It's a very much of a tourist town. When you see the place under snow, you think it's out of a painted postcard.
There's mining industry around the town and also some pretty significant landmarks for people to visit and see, like Philosopher Falls. We found Celine's car at the Philosopher Falls car park on the 27th. There was a lot of camping gear or hiking gear in her car, which kind of told us that she perhaps wasn't prepared for an overnight stay, that she'd gone for a short walk.
That's when I started to realize something was definitely wrong.
We found out that they had found her car parked at Philosopher Falls. So we drove straight to Waratah to try to figure out what was going on. We arrived at Philosopher Falls and the police had it blocked off and they turned us around. We head back into town. We went into the roadhouse and the ladies there showed us CCTV footage of her. Celine walked in, she was getting gas. She bought a latte and a carrot cake and she was just chatting with the ladies as she does, just super open, super friendly.
Police are searching for a Belgian tourist who is feared to be missing from a walking track on the state's west coast.
So the preliminary search obviously focuses on the Philosopher Falls tracks. It was clearly the most obvious place where she'd been.
Wet and cold weather has been hampering the aerial search for the missing tourist.
The weather at that time hindered a lot of the normal procedural things we do, but the SES used ATVs. We had swift water rescue, so to search the waterfalls, even right down to things like metal detectors to search for phones. Unfortunately, despite all that, there was no further sign of Celine discovered.
Police hold grave concerns for missing Belgian tourist Celine Cremer, saying it's unlikely she survived Tasmania's unforgiving wilderness.
I didn't believe she could get lost because, like nowadays, with all the technology and things, it was impossible. I had a lot of questions. So after 2 weeks, my friend Gabrielle and myself traveled to Tasmania to meet with the police and see what was happening. We were pretty sure at this stage that we would bring Celine back with us.
Céline, je suis un ami à elle depuis tout petit. Pour moi, c'est normal de comprendre ce qui s'est passé parce que les amis, ce n'est pas que pour les moments de fête.
Ariane signed a paper for the police to talk to me as a close family member. They replied to all my questions. They showed me what they were doing, how they were investigating.
The initial search effort went from the 26th of June right through to the 10th of July, and that was the decision to suspend the search formally. It's not an easy decision. It's certainly not one that anyone involved takes lightly.
Yeah, since the beginning, I do knew that my daughter has passed away, and I told the Tasmanian police that they don't have to. In French, we say to put gloves to talk to you. I don't know if it's the same expression in English, but I was sure that my my daughter has passed away. Had passed away.
We don't actually ever say, no, this is closed. A missing person remains open, and if we get new information or there's new technologies or something, we'll always go back and research, and that's what happened.
Authorities have reactivated the search for Belgian tourist Celine Cremer.
Once we had the more specific data on where the phone last talked to the satellite, we actually utilised an cadaver dog to help out at that point as well. We searched the area for an additional 3 days, but again, sadly, no further signs of Celine were located. There was nothing credible to suggest anything other than Celine, unfortunately, made a mistake and met, sadly, with a tragic end simply through misadventure.
When the search ended, Justine kept going. She had one goal in mind, and that was to find her best friend.
I understood the police had to stop searching. But it was, of course, a bit frustrating because she's my friend and I want her to be fine. That's the reason why we continued on our own. That's also the reason why I decided to move to Tasmania. I needed answers. It's not just that I wanted it, I needed some answers, and I still need a closure. I stayed in Coles Bay for a bit more than 6 months, getting to know a bit more the town and spending time with her friends.
She had relentless determination to find her friend, and she was not going to stop.
She just bombarded, just questions after questions. She was trying anything and everything from every angle.
Je me tracassais pour elle parce que elle était un peu dans le déni.
I was trying to find some people who could actually help me with the investigation.
Justine asked if I would be interested in reviewing their case after she saw me investigating the disappearance of Theo Hayes in Byron Bay. There was a lot of information in Celine's case that needed to be examined in more depth.
I contacted Ken during Tasmanian winter 2024. He was happy to investigate on Celine's case, free of charge.
I do these special projects that are helping people. The police investigations are exhausted and they've really got nowhere else to turn.
Ken was engaged by Ariane to help search once we'd formally suspended it, and we have certainly been collaborating with Ken to share information.
I conducted a very detailed forensic type study of her emails, her photographs, most importantly her map data. And that was the thing that I was really focused on, because that map data had all of her last known GPS coordinates. The GPS data is actually created by location services being switched on inside Celine's Gmail account. We know she was in the southwest driving, and then she came inland through several small towns, and she arrived at Waratah around lunchtime on June 17. We know that when she got to Waratah, she was by herself because she was captured on CCTV in the roadhouse. She was only literally there for a few minutes. And I think that was the point that she probably made a decision to go out and have a look at the Philosopher Falls, which was just located outside of town.
I noticed that there was a search underway for a missing bushwalker, and I was quite upset when I realised that they hadn't had any luck finding her. It's a type of mystery where it's like one step away from being solved, and that's why I took it on. So I've just gotten to the Philosopher's Falls car park. This spot here where I've left my car was exactly where Celine parked her car on the 17th of June 2023 at 1:59 p.m. I'm a 6th generation Tasmanian, a YouTuber and adventurer. My YouTube channel is mainly focused on the wilds of Tasmania. Could be gold prospecting or mysteries, historical stuff. She was in her car for 19 minutes exactly, because the next GPS point was at 2:18 at the start of the track. The Philosopher Falls track in the beginning is very open, and you've got beautiful forests on either side of you. It's definitely got like a magical aspect that draws you in to explore it. So you walk for say 15 minutes, you go down a hill, you cross over the Arthur River on a bridge, and then you're on the old water race. The water race is a man-made excavation from the old miners, which generally follows around the contour of a hill. It's a bit of a footpath. You follow this for some distance and you'll get to the steps that lead down to the right. And this is where Philosopher's Falls are, at the bottom of the steps. Now, at the time that Celine went missing, they weren't signed,
I think what's happened is she's had a look at the waterfalls, then she's come back up the stairs, obviously on her phone. She's seen the magnet dam, she's seen the walking trail. Because she's curious, instead of going left back to the car, she's gone right.
So this is all very new signage. None of this stuff was here when Celine did her walk. Celine chose to continue along the abandoned water race and explore.
It's a well-established trail in the beginning, but after about 500 metres to 800 metres, it starts to become less and less visible. So these GPS coordinates here at 3:32 p.m. indicate that Celine had walked a couple of kilometres away over near Magnet Dam.
Apparently it started raining at around 3 p.m. So that could have been a dark cloud that came in and kind of signalled to Celine, oh, it's getting dark now, it's starting to rain, I better start making my way back to the car. I think that's when she pulled out the Google Maps and realised that there is no data on Google Maps as to the track that she's on. She's just this blue dot on a dataless screen. There's the Magnet Dam and there's the Philosopher Falls logo, and there's also a car park logo, but they're kilometres away from where she is.
She turns sudden right and she suddenly goes off the trail and up the hill.
Rather than continue on this way, she's gone up there. And the only reason that she would do that is because at this point it appears that you're going away from Philosopher's Falls, but if you go up that way you head towards Philosopher's Falls and then back to the car.
She was looking for the most direct route to get back to that car park as soon as possible because it was getting dark. She was really thinking, I got to get out of here.
This level of darkness would be very similar for Celine. Heading up the hill, I think there's probably maybe 20 GPS points, so you can actually follow minute by minute and calculate the distance and how fast she was moving up that hill.
What you can see here is the last ping that Celine's phone recorded at 4:18 p.m. on June 17, and you can see where she was in relation to the car park. It's about 2 kilometres away as the crow flies. We don't have any other GPS data because from that point onwards, that phone was no longer in range.
Now I know that the emergency services have done a gridded metal detect at the site of Celine's last GPS points, but they didn't find anything. On the night that Celine went up the hill, she could have dropped her phone somewhere and was unable to retrieve it. Or she had her phone on her and sought shelter as it got dark. She could have been walking unaided in the days to follow, or sadly perished that night.
It was down close to 0 degrees. There was enough rain to certainly make everything very wet. There is a chance she could have got changed, but this was the last known clothing that we have seen her wearing. So we believe she was wearing reasonably warm clothes, but I don't think enough clothing to withstand freezing temperatures. It would be a horrible situation to be in.
There's all sorts of crazy conspiracies about what happened to Celine. One is that someone followed her in to the waterfalls and abducted her, I guess. Well, if that happened, they were smart enough to unlock her phone, create a trail up the hill, and make it look like it happened just before sunset. It's so unlikely that you can't give it credit.
The suggestion of foul play is nothing more than speculation. There is strong circumstantial evidence that Celine got lost, and the risk of her having an accident was very high once it got dark and cold and the panic set in.
My biggest fear was that Celine might have been kept somewhere and suffering. So yeah, I really wanted to make sure that wasn't the case and can help me in that way.
Je pense depuis le début que c'est un accident. Je dis, comme on dit en français, c'est la faute à pas de chance.
In February 2025, I told Gabriel that I felt psychologically exhausted, and he told me that he would take the lead on it and help me as much as he could.
La faiblesse de l'enquête dans l'ensemble était que les intervenants cherchaient chacun dans leur coin sans vraiment partager les informations.
The searches have been pretty thorough. The problem is you're working with vegetation that's very thick, and there's a lot of kilometres that need to be done in order to accurately say that it's been searched, and that just hasn't happened.
So I said we need a big group of professionals to come in here and to do a coordinated search. It's going to take will, it's going to take resources, proper mapping to do it properly.
The search was planned for December, and I thought what I can do with my YouTube channel is put a call out to try to get some of the best walkers in Tassie or wherever around the mainland to come and help.
Celine's friends and family have been busy fundraising and organising a multi-day search for December. If you're capable and interested in helping to cover more area, your help would be greatly appreciated.
The video had maybe 800,000 views or something within a couple of weeks. Like, it went crazy.
We received probably more than 200 mails in the next day after he released the video.
Unfortunately, that started causing a lot of weekend warriors coming out and doing solo searches. And the town were concerned that they would have another one to go and search for.
I just needed to reassure everybody that it's going to be handled by professionals, so everything's going to be done in a really careful and sensitive manner.
I just want to thank everyone firstly for coming.
I said the only way we can do it is to make sure we vet all the volunteers that are putting their hands up, and we individually select them based on our criteria.
We have to assure the police that we're not going to put people at risk.
Whilst police aren't involved in this search and we're not coordinating it in any way, we're actually providing, some expert forensic advice.
Is obviously if you find something, 3-step photographs with the ruler in next to it. We need you obviously to record where it is.
We've got about 28 volunteers. A lot of them are from Tasmania. Some of them have come from interstate, all in their own time.
Celine spent 8 minutes looking on her phone here.
A lot of people had asked me, why don't you go there? How could I have been able to de supporter, de trouver les restes de ma fille?
Ariane a vraiment joué un rôle central dans la communication pour nous aider à organiser ces recherches-là.
We raised about 15,000 euros. So yeah, we've been able to pay for the campsites and the food for all the volunteers.
Should we do a garden salad as well for the ones that...
I've got 5 wonderful ladies coming along to help cook. The freezers are overflowing just from donations, which is just amazing.
Can I get you to push in, please?
Les habitants de Waratah ont été très touchés par l'histoire de Céline. On est très reconnaissants de ce qu'ils vont faire pour nous.
I decided not to be part of the December search just because I didn't feel psychologically able. So Gabriel went in Tasmania with his little brother. Then there was Rachel. Rachel was a close friend of Celine, and Johan is Rachel's partner.
The 4 musketeers, as I call them, because they have a mission, like the musketeers. One for all and all for one.
I think it was important to
to discover what happened, really. We can't do anything anymore but find answers.
Rachel a mis un petit collier avec un coquillage qui vient de la plage où Céline a travaillé, à Coles Bay. J'ai ramené un petit Playmobil sur le rocher. Et alors, moi, j'ai mis les chaussures de son papa. Donc voilà, chacun ses croyances, mais moi, je pense que ça nous portera chance.
To begin with, there's some good ground between the falls and the top of the hill. So we'll start going up. I'm going to be with the volunteers from Belgium, so Celine's friends and my dad.
You got good vibes?
Yeah, of course.
They're going to have 2 teams of 12 in the official search with Ken Gamble.
The first day, everybody was highly motivated. The search conditions were pretty good.
We basically took the route that Celine would have taken and then went to the top of the hill where our last records of her location were, really to give people an introduction to what sort of vegetation and topography we're going to encounter in the searching.
And if you want to turn your tracking on, now's as good a time as any.
Paul Hellman has been an incredible help. He's a former park ranger for 30 years.
What are we going to start at?
T13.
Where are we now?
Oh, we're just north of T12, basically. T12.
We've been able to put together some really good, solid maps, and we have these grids, these 50-metre grids. We want to search them thoroughly so that we can eliminate grid by grid by grid.
We're just going to start on this line, 50-metre warm-up, and then really into the good stuff. Since the very first day that Rob did the video on Celine, I've been looking at maps, studying maps, the hillshade maps, the slope maps. I wanted to know everything about there because anything could be a clue.
You're a bit.
Stop!
Found the bracelet.
Really?
You see it?
Yeah, I can see it. I
The
do.
silver one. I need a torch to make sure that it's a bracelet.
Yeah.
Or if it's like the water.
No. Sorry. False alarm.
False alarm, folks. It was view on a spider web.
All right, back in line, guys.
We are standing exactly on where the last known GPS point says. What I want to ask you, Rachel, do you think that in this spot it's more likely she would turn back, or do you think that she would say, this is thick, but I'm going to go in?
Yeah. When you are afraid and cold and it's dark, you don't know. You don't know, your mind is not the same as usual, and so I'm not sure about that.
Ce qui est fort
So it's
possible.
50-50.
Yeah. You don't think she dropped the phone?
It's possible.
Yeah.
It is possible.
We got to grid number 9. This was the area immediately in the vicinity of where the last GPS coordinate was. And I heard someone scream out, and everybody stopped.
Maybelline, come over.
Me?
Yes.
Why, what's up?
I was a straggler, and the main line had passed through, and I just stepped over, and I didn't even finish that step, and I just looked down where my boot was going, and there was prize.
We found the phone. Where's the phone? We found a phone.
And it was just an incredible moment.
All right. All right, no one touch it.
Just keep everyone away.
No one touch it.
Tony, he's a keen SES member. He'd been in there 20 or 19 times on his own searching.
You deserved it, mate. You've been in here the most. You've done so much effort. Yep. Mate.
I'd been up there 2 metres away from that phone. I turned to the west, but this time I turned to the east.
It was unexpected for me. I was like, how is it possible? It's incredible.
It's perfect.
Not an iPhone, that's good.
It's a Samsung.
They were still trying to figure out the serial number to confirm it was actually Celine's phone. Thankfully, I had spoke with Antoine, Gabriel's brother, before and sent it to him.
0780-422/2.
Yeah,
that's it.
It's all right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Wow. Confirmed by the serial number. That's great. I'll let Dean know.
Oh, il n'y a plus qu'à continuer à chercher. On continue.
You okay?
For me, it changed everything about what I feel. I'm like, okay, now I'm sure 100% we can find something.
When I've been advised that the serial number was the right one, for me it was a miracle.
Mélange de satisfaction, parce qu'on a retrouvé quelque chose. On avait peur de rien retrouver. Un mélange de déception, parce qu'on se rend compte qu'on va vraiment vers là où ce qu'on craignait tous, qu'elle n'est plus là.
She would have got further than we probably thought.
It was just an incredible find. So police and SES will resume search efforts in conjunction with the privately organised search.
A mobile phone belonging to missing Belgian tourist Celine Cremer has been discovered in a renewed search. The mauve-coloured Samsung phone has been handed over to police to undergo forensic examination.
So it was a relief, but also a bit painful, because I realized at this time what Celine really get through, how wet, cold, scared, in the dark, all alone she might have been.
That second day we had hail, we had thunderstorms, lightning, so we had to call the search off.
It's a little bit frustrating that it's not possible for us to go today because we want to, we want to find something else, and so everybody's waiting. Yes.
Mais le GSM a fait un élan de motivation extraordinaire. Maintenant, on sait avec certitude qu'elle était à cet endroit-là.
I was wondering why doesn't she made a call when she got lost. When they have found the phone, I understood that she had lost it, and that's why she hadn't made this call. So I understand a little better what happened.
So day 3, the police came and we all agreed to search as a larger team. Let's go. Even though this was the middle of summer, it was winter weather in this forest.
So we're in the middle of the day, Waratah, 9 degrees, feels like 0. In our party, by about lunchtime, we were quite disheartened.
We are trying to imagine what she was doing when she dropped the phone.
No, she definitely went over this log because it was found like
that.
We had spent the whole morning just crawling under logs and through wet scrub.
On se sent démunis face à la nature. Mais une fois qu'on est là-bas, on se sent petit, tout petit. Donc c'est dur de savoir qu'elle n'est probablement pas loin.
It is unfortunate the days where you don't find anything because it is a lot of work and I am exhausted, but it was still a step forward because the more grids which we can tick off, the less likely it is that she's in one of those spots so we can put our people elsewhere. Good job today.
Yeah.
One step closer.
Yeah.
Good job, Rachel. Very nice.
Yep.
Good. Voilà. Day 4, our team decided to search east in some areas there that had a lot of remaining grids left. We were just about to turn around when Dad called over and said that he'd found a bottle.
What sort of bottle is it?
It's a long dark,
Interesting. There's trash there too. When he said he'd found a bottle, my initial skeptical mind was that this probably isn't related.
We just find a bottle of water under a tree.
empty. Does it look like anything that Celine could have had?
Anything's possible. Somebody's certainly been here, and these items are somewhat odd.
C'est la même couleur que le bouchon que son GSM, alors.
It was only about 350 metres away from where we found the phone. That glass bottle was significant because it had a use-by date in mid-2024, which meant that this particular bottle was distributed in 2023. Now, it could have come from anywhere, but it happens to also be the same brand of bottle that was being sold in the restaurant where Celine worked for a short time in Coles Bay.
Voilà, j'espère qu'ils auront un moyen de pouvoir trouver si c'est bien à elle ou pas, quoi.
J'espère surtout que ça ira vite.
The bottle and the plastic bag hinted there was a very high chance Celine survived that night and had all day two to continue on lost in the forest, which is something that nobody expected. There's like some big cutout here I think you guys should come and have a look at.
Pretty close to the water race.
Oh, it's a water race.
So we can see that the glass bottle was located less than 100 metres away from the water race. That water race would have got her out of there. It's a man-made cutout, a walking trail.
Would have been at first light. She had enough light to see where she was going, but not enough to distinguish it that's a track.
And there's a pretty high chance that Celine walked straight over it and then down into the Arthur River.
Cette zone-ci jusqu'au ruisseau, il faudrait la ratisser et après remonter le cours d'eau.
Just everyone be super safe coming up, please. We'll pick up where we left off tomorrow.
Fingers crossed tomorrow we could gain full closure. It's been a big week, but yeah, wouldn't want to be anywhere else, I don't think.
On day 5, we were physically exhausted, but we still pushed on through some really difficult terrain.
We are the feeling we are so close and we don't find anything anymore. So, make a sign, Celine.
Today's the final day. We've suspended the search. We were unsuccessful. We didn't find Celine's remains. We just covered so much ground, over 40 hectares, I believe. So yeah, we're all disappointed.
Best wishes, you know.
Yes.
I don't want to give up because we've just put so much effort into this, and we know that she's got to be there somewhere. But at what point do you stop? And that's a really tough question.
We wanted to say thank you for everything because without you, nothing would have been possible. Maybe we will see each other next time because if it's not finished, we'll come back.
La prochaine. J'étais pas encore parti de là que j'ai de suite voulu réorganiser d'autres recherches.
There is no plan to stop so far. No, not for me, not for Gabrielle, not for most of the volunteers.
There's no reason to think, oh, the search is over. It's like, no, it's not.
After we concluded the official search, given the motivation of some of these people, particularly the locals who were living in that area, they were relentless. They wanted to keep going.
You've got this big unsearched spot directly in the trajectory.
Yeah.
I think she's in there.
It's like a puzzle all coming together. Isn't
Yes.
It?
Yeah, in the dark as it is, it'd be easy to go over
and the I
water
think
race.
you're right. I think you stop, you get cold. Yeah.
I can tell the volunteers are really motivated. There is a WhatsApp group and they're talking every day.
She might be over here.
Many people have been searching.
I was doing a solo trip that morning. I was the only one from the group available.
We thought about the possibility of where she would have been going if that was her bottle. We speculated that if she had spent the night under this big fallen tree and she had survived through the night, then the next day she may have come directly across the Arthur River.
If I were in her shoes, I would have made the decision to follow that large water source downstream, hoping to eventually find a road from which I could make my way back to civilization. And I believe that she was likely to have done that. I was just walking and I stopped for a moment and I just looked down, and about a metre in front of my feet was what was clear to me a human jawbone with several teeth. The shock hit me straight away. I didn't want to interfere with the scene, so I took as many photos as I could. I sent through the GPS coordinates, the track log, and from there on it was left in the capable hands of police.
The pathologist was able to look at the bones and say from the picture, yes, they are human remains. Clearly we thought it was likely that the remains were going to be Celine. We couldn't confirm it until that forensic testing.
I understood that the DNA result will be necessary, but nobody else had disappeared in this area, so I was quite sure that it was my daughter.
In breaking news, Tasmania police say a bushwalker has located what are believed to be human remains near the Philosopher Falls area.
When Jared found the first few bones, I kind of refused to believe it was Celine. I was expecting it, but between assuming and knowing it, there is a huge difference, and yeah, it's still been hard to process, and still is.
This is the area where the remains were found, about 3 kilometres northeast of the car park.
We sent our search and rescue people back into an area of about 350 metres upstream and downstream of where Jared originally found the first lot of remains. And as a result of that search, they did find some other remains and some clothing, and we did find a car key. We were able to test it in Celine's car, which is still in our police compound, just to unlock the door and to see it move so freely in the ignition. It was, still waiting for the confirmation, but that was the moment where I thought,
Police say they've provisionally identified remains found in the state's northwest as belonging to missing backpacker Celine Cremer.
The coroner is the authority to make the determinations on what happened, but we were working on a theory that the phone was lost, and then from there, with no real way to navigate, she tried to move towards the river.
I believe that it's possible that Celine could have walked a couple of kilometres down that Arthur River, possibly looking for a crossing point, and when she's crossed over, that's potentially when she's had an accident.
In my opinion, I think that she slipped. She's ended up in the river, and she's caught under a log jam there.
And if she was in that water under one of those log jams, then that would explain why she was not located at that time.
We know at the time that Celine went missing, it was the middle of winter. The Arthur River was a lot higher than it is now. The bones that Jared found were kind of on a dry riverbed, which would normally be underwater, so the fact that, the searching was done in summer versus winter probably contributed in these discoveries.
She just lost every coin flip, That's how I see it. Turning off the track, losing the phone, walking over the water race. There were just so many unfortunate events that happened one after another that led to this tragedy.
À la base, il s'agit d'une balade qui doit faire plus ou moins 1 heure et demie. Et c'était pas censé être dangereux. Mais elle n'a pas pris de risque volontairement, et ça pour moi c'est important de le dire. Ce qui lui est arrivé peut arriver à n'importe qui. Je pense que c'est important que son histoire soit connue, pour aussi éviter que ça arrive à d'autres personnes. Ouais.
It's really important we try to continue to share that message that people need to be prepared. They need to stay on the form tracks. They need to tell people where they are. They need to make sure they've got, appropriate communication equipment. You can't underestimate the Tassie wilderness or the weather conditions.
Before all of this, it was just wondering, are we gonna go our whole lives like never knowing where she is she still alive? Can we be doing anything to find her? So it is a relief to begin grieving after all these years, and I can't imagine how her family feels, they can finally grieve, have a funeral for her.
The coroner have to write her report, and then the procedure will be initiated for repatriation, maybe at mid-April. When she's arrived in Belgium, we plan to ashes scattering, in the place where her father and her grandparents rest, with very close family.
Finally, she will be at home. We can stop always thinking, okay, what's happened next? Maybe one day I will find her, or maybe never. Now we have closure. It is the end of a nightmare. I don't have a word enough bigger to express my thankful.
We are very, very grateful for the involvement and the bravery to do these searches. I never had thought before that such a lot of people in various parts of the world would have wanted and would have been able to help us like they have done. They have brought me confidence in humanity.
The way in which the community has come together and solved a case collectively with the police, with the SES, with private volunteers, it was just incredible. These were selfless individuals who did this for no other reason than to try to get closure for someone they didn't know.
The best thing to come from this was seeing everybody band together and provide that closure for a grieving family on the other side of the world.
It's a team effort, but at the core of that effort is all thanks to Justine. She never gave up. We all have her to thank for that.
I've got a lot of answers now. I will still have a few questions, and I'm not expecting to ever find an answer to those. But I can finally start grieving. She definitely leave a big part of my heart empty. No one can replace her, and I also don't really want to replace her. I got the heartstone carrying Celine's memory for me. I got it back in Belgium very recently after she went missing. It's always with me. I continue to remember Celine by trying to achieve the goals we had together. And yeah, trying to live my life to the fullest, enjoying, embracing every nice moment I can live.
J'ai l'esprit apaisé d'avoir participé à la recherche. Elle a changé toute ma vie. Elle a changé toute ma vie. J'étais quelqu'un de très pessimiste. Maintenant que je sais à quel point la vie est fragile, je fais attention à essayer d'arranger les choses.
Ouais, toi, t'étais sûre qu'il fallait regarder le long de la rivière dès le départ.
Ben ouais.
She was living the moment, all the time. If you are going somewhere with Celine, you will drink something good, you will see the sunset, you know, you will enjoy.
Et elle a eu raison, parce que si on doit se priver de vivre parce qu'il risque de nous arriver quelque chose, on ne vit plus.
À la mémoire de Céline.
I want people to remember my sister about her dreams. She lives for her dreams, and I think a lot of people don't do that.
À la santé de toutes les personnes qui se sont mobilisées d'une manière ou d'une autre pour la retrouver. I will spend the rest of my life with this sadness, but I'm not in anger. I was very proud because she go to the other side of the world and fell in love with Tasmania.
Là, elle a la tête de papa. Oui.
She was enjoying her life. She was happy.